Matching Epic. Microsoft is slashing what it takes from developers to 12%. The reduction will match Epic's current revenue split. So here we go. This is a tweet from them. Come on. All right. From Xbox Game Studios to DirectX to Xbox Game Pass for PC. We've never been in a better position to deliver for PC gamers with our player-first approach. So this is an article from them, and let's see if it talks about the revenue share. Did they announce it in here? Let me see. Oh, here we go. Game developers are at the heart of bringing great games to our players, and we want them to find success on our platforms. Today, we're announcing that we're updating our Microsoft Store terms for PC game developers. As part of our commitment to empower every PC game creator to achieve more, starting on August 1, the developer share of Microsoft Store PC game sales net revenue will increase to 88% from 70%. A clear, no strings attached revenue share means developers can bring more games to more players and find greater commercial success from doing so.
That's cool.
That is awesome. Now, I know you're not a fan of the Epic Game Store.
Neither were you.
Well, I've been using them for a couple, like since they came
Yeah,
out.
but initially you weren't. You
And
were against them for being pretty predatory in terms of like scalping. Wrong use of the word, pardon. Um, taking a lot of like third-party developers and their games and like really shoving a lot of money so that they were only on the Epic Game Store, and thereby like reneging on what promises they had for stuff like Kickstarters, where they're like, "Oh, we'd be everywhere." It's like, nah, now we're only on Epic because Epic
oh
gave us so much money.
yeah,
It was pretty predatory.
that is predatory. So yeah, I can be against that, but one thing I was
You
for.
were. Now you're not.
What? No, I don't buy any
Hypocrite.
games on Epic Games Store. I told you I get the free games. That's
Word.
that's what you got to do, people. Download Epic Game Store and just get their free games. I have like over 20 games. All right, you don't have to buy games from them. They just give you games. Um, so, but one thing that I did like about them was the revenue share. That was one thing that they did right straight off the jump. And now it seems like it's actually altering the industry. Now
Hmm.
Microsoft is doing it. So my question is Steam going to follow suit now? And if they do, I mean, that's that'll be it, right? I mean, that'll be the new industry standard if Steam follows suit.
Well, here's the thing, and please enlighten me if you know more. Uh, don't you feel like this could be kind of in response to what's happening between Epic and Apple and their lawsuit?
Oh, yeah,
And this is
so
just kind of putting more pressure on Apple.
you mean
If
Microsoft
if if
putting
this
pressure
does
on?
put pressure on Apple, yeah,
You mean Microsoft putting pressure on Apple?
yes,
Yeah, cuz
because Microsoft backed Epic when Epic was like, yeah, Apple's charging way too much,
yeah,
and Microsoft is like, we agree.
yeah. And if you look at it, Microsoft had the issue with the Game Pass with Apple.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Using Game Pass on
Um
Apple products, pardon.
so yeah, if you want to play like some like 4D chess,
That's
then
what I mean. That's what it feels like to me at the very least.
yeah, uh, it could totally be that, or it could be some maybe Microsoft
Just doing
just
right by developers, which is what people do.
no, not that. I wasn't gonna say that. That's crazy. No, I was gonna say maybe Microsoft saw some data showing that the Epic Game Store is blowing up because of that, and they're like, "Oh, holy shit! If we don't change soon, we're gonna be left behind." That was the reason I thought they did it, was because they had some insider data that like made them realize like, whoa, I mean, we got to do this now or else we're going to start losing developers. That's what I thought they did it for.
Well, another reason, and this is again my tinfoil hat,
Hmm.
is literally just maybe endearing themselves to indie developers that would otherwise go towards Sony
Yeah.
or Switch for that matter.
Yeah.
And because I actually don't know the situation with Nintendo,
Me
but at the
neither.
very least, in terms of Sony, there's been a lot of negative press in terms of them not even really supporting their third-party developers. They
Which,
just want to see
yeah.
AAA titles.
Yeah.
And so if Xbox is somehow, lures indie developers that can create, viable third-party games
Yeah.
that are just experiences that people do, flock to,
Hmm.
that's just another reason to make the Xbox brand, all the more powerful, all the more
Yes.
stronger.
Yeah. Um, so I would say
That makes more sense than
all those
a, a,
reasons.
a middle finger to Apple.
Yeah. I would say, I would say the middle finger to Apple is probably the least likely of them,
Yeah.
but the other two we talked about are probably very likely. Um, but at the end of the day, who really cares? Because this is good for developers, and
True.
we're gonna hopefully, because you're starting to move more towards the Xbox side of things. Hopefully, that's gonna make the Microsoft lineup stronger. In which case, you know, maybe Sony will have to realize like, oh, whoa, whoa, maybe we got to start being more uh, friendly with our history of gaming. Maybe we got to start doing more backwards compatibility because once Microsoft's in a position where they have more developers,
Yes.
then that's when Sony's going to have to start playing catch up, and they're
Well,
going to
I mean,
have
aren't they already there? Like, just Microsoft acquiring Bethesda was already so huge.
yeah
And just before that, they acquired, what was it? Not Grasshopper Was it Grasshopper Manufacturer? I think it was Grasshopper Manufacturer.
okay.
And what's the other one?
But I guess
They
we
also
haven't
got
seen
Obsidian.
yeah, we haven't seen the fruits of that yet. You know what I mean?
They also got Ninja Theory,
Yeah, Ninja
and
Theory is a huge one.
they've got the EA Play Pass, which is already huge.
Yeah,
For obvious reasons,
yeah.
sports and do what we just talked about. But
So yeah,
but no, you're right. We
yeah.
haven't seen stuff, but these are seeds,
Yes,
and when they
powerful
come to
seeds.
fruition, I think it's gonna definitely change things.
Me too. Me too. And I hope it's going to change things for the better.
Same here.
Yeah. I
Same here.
hope. I hope.
Competition is always good.
Yes. Yeah. I hope gamers are going to get more features, more backwards compatibility, and I hope developers are going to get more. Uh, more. Uh, they're going to be able to make more profits, which is going to which is going to enable them to fund future projects instead of just relying on these big studios to buy them out or um, hire them to purchase work on certain games, which is something we're going to talk about a little later in the show.
Mm.
All right,